income.
So now the government does not get out of the Theresawaram temple yet, right? They are still there.
They have been moved, they have been asked to go out,
Okay.
but the procedural formality is getting completed now.
So eventually they will go.
There's already a lot of money pending in the accounts. They will go. There's no two ways about it.
So I have a question. Why that Chidambaram case is not portable to, why the court don't have the verdict is portable to other temples?
Okay. See, in court cases, what happens is when you file a case, for example, Jnanakumar versus Temple, Jnanakumar alone is given the judgment. The judgment cannot be replicated for anybody as Bhaskar or others.
So it is not like class actions in
Yeah,
It's not a class action. Thank you very much.
So, can we actually...
Even, by the way, even class actions, unless you enroll yourself in the class, after the judgment you can't say I also was part of the class. So before the judgment,
Exactly. So
Before
before that
the-
actually joined together,
yes,
a forum can form and then you put it down is a class.
which is what is happening in the HDAA Supreme Court case, where they come together and they're now asking for some relief to the government before the final judgment can come. We are saying that there should be independent auditor who will go into the professional auditors, who will go into the financials of all the temples and tell us what is the reality.
And I have a question. The trustees, the temples run by trustees, the temple run by EOs. What is the difference? And how many percentages run by the EO, how many percentages run by the trustee, and how much is by the community, by ancestry kind of thing?
See, there are three kinds of management right now. One is government, which is probably 99%. The second is, like I say, community. Hardly any, very few. The third, there are some temples which are managed by adinams, denomination. In fact, that is the question again which came in Chidambaram temple case. We can't, very complex to discuss. Some of the adinams, like Tiruvadumari Adinam, Dharmabura Adinam, they also manage temples. But unfortunately, the resources of these adinams, in terms of land, I was in Tendasi about a month ago, so I wanted to buy some land. So I went and asked, somebody said, look, this land you can buy it at roughly 5 lakhs an acre, 500,000 rupees an acre. But then we only transfer the tenancy rights, but every month you have to pay 200 rupees to Dharmabura. So which means the land belongs to Dharmabura. Its value is 500,000 rupees per acre. But 200 rupees per year is what they will get.
So is it like a 100-year lease kind of thing?
It's a kind of malpractice got sustained. In fact, the law says that the commissioners, the district commissioners have enough powers to take over land from which proper income is not being received by the Hindu religious institution. There is not one land which is recovered by the commissioner so far in the last 50 years. Not one piece of land.
No, I guess they will get involved only if there is a law and order problem.
They will get, see,
But there is one clause, even in Chidambaram, government has to get involved. Why they should get involved is devotees need to be transported from railway station to the temple. There need to be a bus stop there. The transport department need to be there. They need to coordinate between various other government departments and bring things there. I would say government has to get involved to support the devotees and say value add for the devotees or reduce the pain of the devotees. Not to take 1 cent away from the devotees, but to give 1 or 2 rupee more in the devotees' pocket. For that only government should get involved.
but apart from that, see, the commissioners, the way the administration works is, the commissioners have judicial powers. So if they can adjudicate, so they have the powers to, especially where immovable property is concerned. Suppose somebody is staying in your house and he is refused to vacate. You can go to the commissioner or the district collector to get him to vacate that place. So they have that kind of judicial power because they are supposed to be the custodians of government land. But they don't perform this role at all for temples.
So that.
How other government departments perform? For example, railways or say public transport, bus transport corporation. In case something belongs to railways or something belongs to bus transport corporation, somebody has it
Then
and they didn't pay. What do they do?
The district collector evicts them.
Huh?
He passes an order to evict them.
But do they be kind? He has.
See, again, what happens is district collector evicts them. And then once the district collector issues an order to evict unauthorized occupier, immediately the police will use force. Before that, the occupier will move the court. And the court gives favorable judgment in favor of the owner. Then the police can evict him under the direction of the collector. That's how it works. Even in Tamil Nadu temples, there have been, even though EOs have been there, we cannot call all the executive officers bad people. There are some sincere people who are trying to do their best even within the role of the EO, trying to preserve the temple.